Hello everyone, welcome to Tutorials by Dacade. My name is Dacade, and today we're gonna go over a little bit of the pushback. To start with that, I want to say that I've been getting some feedback about my videos being kind of long. So I'm gonna try to keep them under 15 minutes per video. No guarantees on that. That also means some videos are going to be broken up into multiple parts, which we've already kind of done, but maybe breaking them up a little bit more. So we'll see how that goes. But today was starting with the pushback. What that means is when an enemy runs into the player, or the player runs into an enemy, or eventually if the player gets shot with a projectile like an arrow or something, that the player will get pushed back a little bit and the enemy will stop if the enemy ran into the player. So we're going to start with the enemy running into the player first, because that's obviously important and one of the easier things to do. So this should keep this video nice and short. With that being said, let's dive into it. There's nothing we really need to do into Unity other than opening up Visual Studio and going to your, where is it? Base enemy. There we go. So let me pull up my notes on my other screen here, and we will begin doing this. All right. So under base enemy, there's only a couple things that we really need to do. Scroll on down towards the bottom here, and we need to add right here a protected my T key's sticking now. I need a new keyboard in the worst way. But anyway, protected virtual void resume movement, because I don't think we have one of those. Let me just double check. I remember something about that. No, we don't have a resume movement. All right. So in resume movement, all we have to do is change state enemy state dot moving. And that is all we need to do here. And in all honesty, in the slime, we're going to override that anyway. But nonetheless, that's all we need to do there. And then at the very bottom of the script, we need to add a public enumerator pause movement. And then in there, we're going to put a float and then pause duration. And then all we need to do for this is change the state to the enemy state dot paused, and then yield return new wait for seconds, then the pause duration. And then after that, we're going to do resume movement, if I can spell. And we're going to save all that. Let me just double check, but I'm pretty sure that is all I need to do in the base enemy, which it is. So now we can move over to the slime enemy. So in the slime enemy script, first thing we're going to do is go up top and make sure we have this collision timer. Now, if you were getting the error about the collision timer, well, guess what? That's going to go away. Where was it that we started working on? I think it was thought was an error occurred. Huh. Interesting. Well, anyway, in one of my videos, we were talking about serializing the field and adding tooltips. As you can see, we didn't do that here. So we're going to actually start here. We're going to add a tooltip and the amount of time an enemy stops after they run into the player. And then we're also going to put serialized field. So we'll go through, you can do that now if you want, adding headers and tooltips to all this. We're not going to do that right now. I may just do that off camera because I showed you in a previous video how to do that. I think we did that to the player actually. Ignore my phone. Yeah, so we sort of did that with the player. So you see here, tooltips just essentially saying what this variable is on anything that we serialized. Now, anything that you didn't serialize, if you want to put like just a comment above it, the rigid body of the player. There we go. And that's all you really need to do if you really want to label everything, which actually you should. So, but we're not going to do that right now. We're going to go back to our slime enemy. Now that we have this in here, we're actually going to use the collision timer. We're going to come down and go, I think it's somewhere around here. Oh, we have to add it. That's right. All right, so we're going to go protected, override, void, resume movement. Let's try that again. There we go. We're going to get rid of the base and we're going to add if is alive, then set random movement. And that's all we need to do for that. And lastly, we need to go to the on trigger enter. And under player, where it says player, under the compare tag player, where it says player dot take damage, we are going to actually start the coroutine, pause movement, and we're going to pass in that collision timer. That is all we need to do to get the enemy to stop moving after they collided with the player. Um, so let us go over to Unity, which let it all compile. And then we're going to clear these errors. We're going to test by hitting start. Let's go find that slime. Where'd he run off to? There he is. So he's chasing, he runs in. Boom. And he stops. Huh. So he doesn't actually stop. Do we not have the player labeled player? Player's labeled player. Let's go to the slime. Collision timer. Let's make it something ridiculous, like 10. Ah, interesting. Let's try that again. You know what? I think it's because did I do anything? Slime enemy. Resume movement. No base enemy. Ah. We're using vector 2 or vector 3 for movement. I think we're using vector 2. Yeah, vector 2. So what we need to do is change vector 2. Hold on. Let me look at some. we forgot to do this. So my rigid body dot linear velocity equals vector2 dot 0. Matter of fact, let's just put that. Let's just get rid of that there. Let's move that to pause. There's pause state. Handle pause state. We'll just put that there. There we go. So now that should have fixed the issue. I knew there was something I was forgetting. So let's pull that up. Let Unity do its thing. So let's keep that the ridiculous 10 right now. Let's just see what happens. Yep, as soon as it touches the player, it stops. And and there it goes again. So over here where it says collision timer, change that to whatever you think is fair. Usually 0.5 is okay, because don't forget the player is also going to be pushed back, which we're going to work on in the next video. But that's all there is to it for this video. So with that being said, if this video was helpful to you in any way, shape, or form, make sure you give it the big old thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, as I have videos like this coming out all the time. And that's it. That's it for this video. So as always, thank you. Have a good day, and I'll see you in the next video.